I don't know what page this is in the packet. Don't know. But turn to the 4-1 additional practice. It'd be right after the warm-up pages.
You should be able to find it, folks.
Yeah. It says 4-1 additional practice at the top. 4-1 additional practice. Okay, we're talking scatter plots, positive association, negative association, no association at all. We're looking for clusters, gaps, outliers, and different data. Okay, so if we look at number 1, the table shows the year and average price for 1 gallon of gasoline at a certain gas station. Complete the scatter plot. Okay, well, we need to first off identify our variables. What two things are we comparing? Well, we're comparing the year and price. Which one depends on the other? Okay, and as we've said, hey, most of the time, if it's a variable dealing with time, this is going to be our input variable, or on the x-axis, which means year is on the x-axis. On the y-axis, moolah, money, price per gallon. Okay, and now we just need to plot. Now, on this x-axis, the number 2 represents 2002. The number 3 would represent 2003. So they already have 2 and $1.32 marked. Folks, we have to do our best job to estimate where these points are going to land. 2003 was $1.53. So over to 2003, up just a tad higher than the 1.5. 2004 and $1.81. That's going to be even higher yet, but below $2. 2005 is $2.28. Oh, well, this looks like, as years go on, it looks like something's happening. It looks like our prices are increasing. Well, let's keep going. 2006, $2.58. 2007, $2.82. 2008, whoa, big jump, $3.24. Uh-oh, look what happens in 2009. 2009, $2.32, which it would fall back to there. Okay, there's scatter plot. Looks like there's a positive association. Hey, as the years go on, price of gas gets higher. Except here, we'd probably call this an outlier because the price drops dramatically in that 1 year. Okay, number 2, table shows the number of people and the total cost of their movie tickets. Various movie theaters. Once again, complete the scatter plot. Now, they already have our axes labeled. They already have a scale. All we have to do is plot. I like this. Over to 2, up to 15. Over to 2, up to 15, we make a point. That kind of takes care of that. $3 and $13.50, which is a little bit lower than 15. Ooh, $3 and $22.50. That's going to be about there. $4 and $18. Well, this is 15. 18 would be just about there. $5 and $37.50. Whoa, it's way up there. Okay, part B. Identify any outliers in the scatter plot. What situation might have caused this? Well, this point right here, which is the point 5, $37.50. I wonder why their total cost was more than others. Well, first off, they had more people, but why is it way, way different than all the others? I wonder if they bought some food at the concession stand, or maybe bought some drinks at the concession stand. Okay, so what might have caused this total cost to be higher? Maybe they purchased other items. Okay, maybe they went to, this is a 3D movie theater. I don't know. There's different reasons why it could cost so much more. It definitely costs much more. Good. All right, let's go to number 3. Scatter plot represents the number of hours since the city parking lots opened and the number of cars in the parking lot. Identify any outliers in this set. Well, are there any points that are just way different than the others? I'd say that one looks like one. And how about that one? That would be, are some of you thinking this one too? Yeah. Okay? Well, let's see. What are those points? This would be over 2 and up. Well, what are we counting by? We're counting by 3s. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So our scale is increasing by 3s. So over 2, this is 36. Up 3 more, this is the point 2, 39. I'd say that's an outlier. Maybe this point right here, which is over 5 and up 27. And the third point, this point, that's an outlier. Over 10, up to 3. Those would be some outliers. Identify any clusters. Well, I see some different clusters. Okay? This is a cluster of points, and this is a cluster of points. So I would say from, well, this cluster looks like it starts at 3 hours and goes to 6 hours. From 3 to 6 hours is a cluster. And, well, it looks like these points begin at 8 hours and go till 11 hours. And from 8 to 11 hours, that's definitely a cluster. Huh, interesting. Identify any gaps. Well, let's look. I see some gaps. Okay? I see a gap. If I get rid of this info here, I see a gap probably basically between these points and these points where there are no cars in the parking lot.
None.
There's no cars in the parking lot. So where does that gap start? I would say it starts between how many hours? Well, it looks
6.
like between hour 6 and hour 8. Between hour 6 and 8. There is definitely a gap. There's no information there as a gap.
Nope.
What situation might have caused that? Well, why would there be no cars in a parking lot in the middle of the day?
I don't know.
They went to lunch. Maybe people went out to lunch. This must be prior to COVID days. Okay?
Yeah, when
Maybe
you could do that.
people went out to lunch, when you could go out to lunch and not worry about getting sick. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Hey, so that would have caused that gap. There you go. Let's move on. Ooh, higher order thinking. You think we can do this?
Yes.
Scatter plot represents a price and the number of items sold. Your friend incorrectly says that the cluster and a gap is between prices $3 and $25 and between 5 and 20 items sold. Wonder what they did wrong. Well, do you think they maybe mixed up their variables? What do you think they did wrong?
I think so.
I think they did. Shame on them. We'll just say mixed up variables. We okay with that?
Yeah.
Darn it. Explain the relationship. Well, what happens to the number of items sold and price? As the price increases, what happens? What do we say kind of happens in this cluster? Does it look like the number of items sold increases?
Yeah, a little bit.
As price increases, so do the items sold. Okay. Identify the cluster. Explain what it means about the data.
There we go. Now we get to identify
Well,
the cluster.
This cluster, well, do you want to cluster by number of items or by price?
I like by price, by
I
X
like
value.
by price. Looks like everything we sell is in between what price range?
Those two right there.
Okay? So, what is it? Between 15
And 25.
and $25 is our cluster. What do you think that means? That means most people are willing to spend between $15 and $25 on whatever they're buying here. What are they buying? Don't know. But
Books.
chances are, if it costs between $15 and $25, they want to buy it.
That's right.
Okay. I think next is a multiple oh, it's a select all that apply. I love this question. Scatter plot shows the day of a month and the amount of rain in a city. Select all statements that apply. So we got this thing. I wonder why there's this big gap in this.
Don't know.
I do.
Why is there a dot all the way over there by itself?
Well, that's because on day 26, it rained 26 millimeters of rain.
Oh, okay.
But what happened in between here?
They just forgot to record the data, I think.
No rain. There's no rain. That would mean there's no rain between day 11 and day 26. No rain. Well, let's look. Is there an outlier on day 26? Would we say this is an outlier? Is that out here all by itself? Oh, poor little Dottie by itself. That's an outlier.
Absolutely.
Is there a cluster of days when it rained between 6 and 15? So if I go to, here's day 6.
Go
and
find
day
day 15.
Would
Oh.
we say
No, we'd have to go more left.
no? We can do better than that. No, I ain't choosing that one.
Nope.
There's a gap of no rain falling between days 10 and 26. Well, let's go to day 10. There's day 10, and there is day 26. Is there no rain?
Is there
in
no
between?
data in there?
Nope, I ain't choosing that one either. Boy, this select all. There were 3 days of the month when it rained exactly 27. Well, if we look at our scale, it looks like our scale is increasing by 2. Now, Mr. Freaky talked about a break. There's our little lightning bolt thing. This just says, hey, basically from 0 to 16, there is no data, so we're not going to show the numbers 0 through 16.
That's right.
But here we go, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. Well, 27 is going to be right about here. Are there 3 days? Well, here's 27. Would you say that's 27?
Yeah.
What about this one?
Yeah.
What about this one?
Yeah.
Wow. What do you think of that? There are 23 days where there's 27
That's crazy.
days or millimeters.
Exactly 27 millimeters.
How about the greatest difference in the recorded amounts of rain in the city during the 3 months was 3 millimeters? Now, difference means we're going to subtract. What's the greatest amount of rain we have? Well, up here. This is the highest amount of. This is not the highest amount of rain. On the y-axis is the amount of rain. Here is our highest amount of rain. That looks like it's, what, 29?
Yeah.
What's the smallest amount of rain we have? Well, the smallest amount of rain is right here, which is 26. Find the difference means we subtract.
Yes. Good thinking.
Yeah, that's it. Gap number 6, identify the gap in the scatter plot. What situation might have caused this gap? Hey, where is the gap? We already said it. Between which days?
12
It's
and
gonna be hard to
26.
see. Between day 12
and 26.
There is a gap.
And why didn't we have...
Here is day 12. Here's day 26. In between there, there's no gap. Why might this be? Why is there no information?
Because there was
did not
rain.
precipitate. It did not precipitate. It did not rain. Therefore, there's no data.
No rain.
Okay, folks, there's the 4-1 additional practice. Move on to the Math Excel. Good luck to you. Scatter plots. It's good stuff.